Hey, good morning. What's going on? What's going on? How you guys doing today? I'm Jay Moore, your healthy accountant, and welcome to today's Enlightenment broadcast. And I'm gonna tell you, it's been a few days. I haven't been on in a few days, and I'm gonna tell you, man, I felt weird. I didn't feel right. I just kind of got off my schedule, and I'm so glad to be back this morning, Tuesday. Um, March the 12th, guys, we almost halfway through March, man. 2019 is amazing, isn't it? It's simply amazing. All right, I'm gonna jump right into the broadcast today. And so what we're talking about today is seeing change. I think the last couple of broadcasts I did, we were talking about change. And so we're going to talk about some of the final effects of seeing change, and then some of the things that you're going to have to kind of go through as you're watching this metamorphosis, this transformation come to your life. And there's a text in Isaiah, I think it's chapter 43, somewhere around verse 19. I think it's 19. And in that text, it says that I'm just going to paraphrase, I'm not reading it. It talks about how God is going to do something new. God's going to do something new in you, in his people. And so when you're talking about seeing changes, that means that God is doing something brand new that hasn't already happened. Sometimes, hey, maybe if you lost some weight, maybe you did it before like me and then you had to do it again. But it's nothing like having to go back and do something that you already did. Like, why would I want to do that again? That's why I've taken an oath for my life that I'm going to live my best life. I'm going to be the healthiest I can be, God willing. So I'm looking at what I'm eating. I'm exercising. I'm looking at how I'm treating my mind and how I'm thinking, because all of these things are going to go in line with health. And so I don't want to have to do that over. I don't have to start at the beginning. So if I don't have to start at the beginning, the goal is to get started and then start to see this metamorphosis happens. Now, I think there was a few weeks ago I actually spoke on this topic, and um, I gave a preview. It might have been 2 weeks, and the preview of the message was be the change. See, being the change is all about really self-reflection. See, reflecting on who you are, reflecting on what you need to do, and only focusing on that. See, right now we live in an age where a lot of people point fingers, a lot of people looking at, you know, we're looking at the presidency, we're looking at our politicians, we're looking at the government, we're asking the government, what are you going to do for me? And well, when the government shut down, then a lot of people were out of work, and I get it. you know um, you got a job, and that's what's helping you to take care of your family. But here's the thing I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you because there's a text in Proverbs that says your gift will make room for you, put you in front of people, places that only your gift can do. See, and if you're not using your gift, if you don't even know what your gift is, then you've sold yourself short on the fact that you would never have to worry about a job. Now, jobs are, heard someone say recently, they said jobs are what you use to set yourself up. You can set yourself up for big things by using a job. It's kind of like when I had a job, it really set me up, because what it did was it showed me that, hey, I think you have what it takes to do it on your own. Now, I don't know how big you're going to get, but you could at least do this. That's actually what I said. I said I could at least do that. If I was making $75,000 a year, I know I could make that, you know, just by getting a few people, a few small companies to allow me to help them. And I did it. It was just like, whoa, we did more than that. And it's to the point where you're like, wait a second, is it believable that, you know, a young guy from Newark, New Jersey, didn't grow up around money, uh, didn't have a lot of things, and didn't even know that it was possible coming out of that state that, hey man, you could actually be. It's not just about being a millionaire, but you could have enough resources that you could employ people. You could have basically legacies for your family. Like that's possible. It took me some time to really believe that. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I wasn't really stuck behind, having to show up at that job, and it gave me time. It gave me some time to think. It gave me a lot of time to know, and over the past few years, what's happened in my own personal life. That's why I love that title that the Lord shared with me, Be the Change. I realized that I've got to be the change. I have to be the change in my community. I have to be the change in my church and my family, because I can't look for anybody else to do it. If I want something done, especially if it's going to benefit me, then I should be the one to change to make it happen. I shouldn't be asking someone else to do something that maybe I should do. I think I posted something recently and I realized, I said, I have to do more. I have to do more to help people, because I can't expect, look, I get it, like finances, people, we all have our own financial situation, but we don't always, we don't focus on what other people want. And you heard of the golden rule, right? So I was reading in this book, and you know, maybe there's a person that coined this phrase, the golden rule, because this in the book that I was reading, Science of Getting Rich, they quoted somebody. They said that golden was it golden Rule Jones is what they called him. Golden Rule Jones of Toledo said this: I want what I want for myself is what I want for everybody. Have you ever thought about what you want for yourself, you want for everybody? That's something that as you're seeing the change in yourself, you start seeing people. You start seeing that, man, people, everybody inherently would like to change something about them. Now, here's the thing. There are some things that you've got to expect, 12 things that you've got to expect when you're dealing with seeing these changes. And I'm telling you, when you're in your health and you're thinking about losing weight, the first thing that you're going to see is your body is going to change. I remember when I had to lose 30 pounds, almost 30, I think I lost about 35 pounds at one point. I remember. And what happened was it came off so subtly, it was like I didn't notice that it left. Now, I could start seeing that muscles, and my stomach was a little was flatter than what it had been, a month or so, 2 months before. But the thing was, it happened so subtly. It doesn't just drop off of you. It just doesn't go away and just you can see it on the ground. Say, well, where did the body go? If you had 30 extra pounds in you, where did that go? I don't know, but your body's going to change. That's the first change that you should expect. What else should you expect? Relationships are going to change. Well, you'll gain some new relationships, maybe because you're going to be around people that's doing some of the same things that you're doing, and then you may lose some because those people are not doing the things that you're doing. It's not that you don't love them, but it's just because those relationships are just growing, in separate directions. It's kind of like if I exercise all the time and you don't, then at some point you're gonna feel awkward because I'm gonna always be talking about how, man, I'm feeling good. I'm doing 1,000 push-ups, man. I'm running 2-3 miles a day, but I feel amazing. You're either gonna decide to do it, or you're gonna say, man, he always bragging. You may even say that he always bragging about how much he working out. Well, I'm bragging, not at all. But the thing is, your relationships will change. What else is going to change? Friends. Friends and relationships are similar, right? But your friends might change. Your friends might change. They may, you just may decide that I've got other friends and I'll catch up to my old friends later because we should all be on the same page. Typically, when you get friends, it's because you're doing some of the same thing. That's the reason why you have friends. Friends are people that do the same things. And if you don't love God, if you don't love God and we're around each other, then hopefully, really hopefully, what's going to happen is you're going to start loving God. Yeah. I don't want us to break up because you get tired of me talking about God. You should listen, what should be happening in my life, that change happening in my life should be so attractive. You're going to be so like, man, I'm so glad I'm hanging around Jay. This guy's so positive. This guy's so, I'm talking about, he just thinks so different. It's just so opposite. I love how he thinks. I know. Now, if you don't want to change, this could be hard for you. And you may alienate yourself from me because you may start to feel guilty about yourself and about what you're doing and what you're not doing. Don't do that. If you're hanging around me and you see this is the way I should be thinking, this is what I should be aspiring to do and to be, then you got to do it. You just have to. Well, for those of us that are married, things may change in your relationship, as 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 your life is changing. If you're single, you may wind up getting married. So those are two things that'll change as well. Your job might change. In my case, I lost a job and I gained an experience. I gained an experience is what I call it. I remember a few years ago, um, when I started realizing that, you know, everything is tied to health, your mental, your spiritual, your financial, your relationships, your physical health, um, your how you eat, all of these things are tied together. And I remember, we came up with this thing called a healthy living experience. And from the healthy living experience came the healthy accountant. And that's all because what I found is work. See, what happened in my job was that, hey, I've been an accountant all these years. Now I've decided that I no longer have a job. I've worked. And the work that I do is now my life. So I'll never have to retire. I'll never have to say stuff like, man, I hope I got enough in retirement. Dude, I can work for the rest of my life because I found what it is that I should be doing. And it's growing every single day. So your job status will change. Your financial status is going to change. Now, hey, it might even go down for a little bit. See, when you're going through changes, because maybe you're going to another level, like next level, that's the name of our ministry, next level ministry. When you're going to the next level, man, I'm telling you, some things in your finances are going to change, and sometimes there's going to be some challenges are going to come in there. So whether it's going to feel like you can't make it, but here's the thing, here's the reward. If you continue, if you don't quit, if you don't curse God, He's going to reward you, and your financial status is going to go from being that of low to that of high, and that of abundance and prosperity. I know you want that. So your financial status is going to change. Your priorities are going to change. When you're seeing these changes, you're going to start saying to yourself, well, the things that I used to do I'm no longer, something that I care about. Like I was a basketball player. I played basketball all the time. Basketball was my life. That is no longer, basketball's no longer something that I even care about. I play here and there. Here and there. I say here and there because it's still in me. I haven't quite let it go, but my priorities are changing in such a way that I don't know, next time this year, I may no longer play. I may just say, it's over. It's done. No more ball playing for me. But then, so now that my priorities are changing, your knowledge about life, your knowledge about God, your knowledge about yourself will change. Knowledge changing. You're getting smarter by the day. You're reading more books. Got another book on my desk that I'm reading this week. It's called In Charge by Dr. Miles Monroe. Dr. Miles Monroe. Let me see if I can get that. In Charge by Dr. Miles Monroe. Finding the Leader Within You. It's an amazing book. I'm about, almost 50 pages in. I think it's about 200 pages. We finished this book this week, and this is, it's just really an amazing book. He was an amazing leader and author, mystery leader, business person, philanthropist. I mean, this man did some really amazing things. And when I heard of his death a few weeks ago, because I didn't know he was dead. Like, I had a book, I was reading it, I was watching some videos, and I didn't realize he was dead. And I got to the point, I said, I just can't take it anymore. I have to register for a conference. And when I went online and found that he was gone, I was almost in tears, because I had found someone on this earth in the physical form who God had touched in such a way that I could see what God meant when he said that he would never leave you. When God said that he would take care, he would take care of all your needs. And I saw a man. He was a man that embodied who Christ is. I saw a man that embodied it, and I was just so thankful to have learned of him. And I'm so thankful that God brought him into my life. But here's the thing, I decided that I would take his message. And I would share his message, continue his message, his legacy. This is what legacy is about. When someone could meet or see something that you did, and then they take what you did and they just go with it. Take his message, his mantra, his ministry was turning followers into leaders and turning leaders into agents of change. That's where this message came from, seeing the change and be the change. It came directly from learning of him and understanding what my mission has to be. An agent of change, creating other followers into leaders so that they can be agents of change. So Dr. Miles Monroe, definitely look him up if you don't know who he is. Your values are going to change, guys. Your values, what you believe will change, and it's going to make you that much more better person. Your interests are similar to your priorities, but your interests, what you really enjoy and what you don't enjoy, those will change, and your children are going to change. It's interesting. I saw some changes just yesterday in my son, that my to be 16-year-old, he's to be 16 years old in 13 days. And I saw a change in him. I'm not going to verbalize it, but I saw a change in him that really warmed my heart. It really did. And Jared, if you're editing this video and you're right here, I just want to let you know, man, I see you. I want to let you know that I see something in you, man. I see a change happening in your life, and God's going to do something amazing for you. So, guys, I'm going to finish this this broadcast tomorrow, because it looks like I'm not going to finish all of what I want to say today. But seeing the change, guys, I just gave you 12 changes that you should expect in this body, relationships, friends, your single status, your marital status, your job, your financial status, priorities, knowledge, values, interests, and your children. Expect those to change as you're going through your journey of seeing the change. So, guys, I appreciate you for joining me today. Today's message was seeing the change, and we looked at just a verse in Isaiah chapter 43, verse 19, where God said, I'm going to do a new thing. And we're going to come back tomorrow. We're going to finish this up. I have a few more things that I want to share with you about seeing the change. So see me back here tomorrow. All right. God bless you. I'm Jay Moore, your healthy accountant. Take care.